There's a difference between being clean and being refined. Most people are clean. They shower, they brush their teeth, and they wear fresh clothes. But refinement goes further. It is a level of personal care that is almost invisible when it is done right, and impossible to ignore when it is missing. Old money families have understood this for generations. Hygiene in their world is not just about health or basic grooming. It is about respect for yourself, for the people around you, and for every room you walk into. Today, we are looking at 9 habits that make that difference visible. The first habit is skincare. Not an elaborate 10-step routine, but consistent daily attention to the skin. Old money individuals have long understood that well-maintained skin signals health, discipline, and self-respect. A simple routine of cleanser, moisturizer, and sun protection, applied every day without exception, keeps the skin looking cared for over decades. Dermatologists consistently confirm that sun protection alone is the single most effective anti-aging habit available. This does not require expensive products. It requires regularity. The result is not perfection. It is a quiet, lasting vitality that no amount of expensive clothing can replicate. Closely connected is the habit of nail care. Clean, trimmed, well-maintained nails are often among the first things people notice, even when they do not realize it. In old money culture, hands are considered a reflection of the person. Chipped polish, bitten nails, or ragged cuticles communicate neglect, regardless of how well everything else is put together. This does not require expensive manicures. It requires consistency. A nail brush, a file, and 5 minutes of attention twice a week is all it takes to maintain hands that signal care and precision. Small details like this are never consciously noticed. They are always unconsciously felt. A third habit that separates old money from middle class is breath care. Beyond brushing twice a day, old money individuals tend to be meticulous about tongue cleaning, flossing, and staying hydrated. Chronic bad breath is one of the most socially damaging hygiene issues and one of the most overlooked. Research consistently shows that the tongue harbors the majority of odor-causing bacteria in the mouth. A simple tongue scraper used daily makes a significant difference. In social circles where conversation is constant and proximity is close, breath care is not optional. It is a baseline requirement. The moment someone notices your breath, the entire impression you have carefully built starts to fall apart. That alone makes this habit worth mastering. The next habit is clothing maintenance. It is not just about wearing clean clothes, but about care for them. Old money individuals do not throw garments into the wash after every single wear unless it is necessary. They air clothes out after wearing them. They use sturdy, quality hangers, and they store items properly. They deal with stains immediately instead of letting them set. They know when something needs pressing, and they act on it. This level of care extends the life of clothing significantly, and it ensures that even simple, affordable pieces always look their best. Clothing that is well maintained reads as more expensive than it is. That impression, created entirely through care rather than cost, is exactly what old money has always understood. Something that also distinguishes old money is hair care. Not elaborate styling, but consistent cleanliness and condition. Hair that is clean, well cut, and properly maintained signals the same thing as everything else on this list: attention. Old money families have traditionally invested in good haircuts, understanding that a well-executed cut requires very little styling to look polished. The habit here is not about spending money on luxury products. It is about regularity. Clean, healthy hair that is cut and maintained on a consistent schedule looks refined in a way that no amount of product can fake. The sixth habit is scent management. This one is more nuanced than it first appears. Old money individuals are not necessarily the ones wearing the most expensive perfume. They are the ones whose scent is subtle and refined and appropriate to the setting. Overpowering fragrance is considered just as much a hygiene failure as no fragrance at all. The rule in old money circles has always been simple. Your scent should only be noticed by someone standing very close to you. Everything beyond that is too much. Light application of a quality fragrance combined with clean skin and fresh clothing creates an impression that is quietly and unmistakably refined. Scent, when worn correctly, becomes part of your presence without ever announcing itself. Closely related is the habit of oral care beyond brushing. In old money culture, regular dental visits, whitening maintenance, and attention to the overall appearance of your teeth are part of daily upkeep. The mouth is considered a window into how a person takes care of themselves. Yellowed or neglected teeth tell a story that expensive clothing cannot override. Regular professional cleaning, combined with daily flossing and tongue care, maintains a standard that signals a long-term investment in personal health. This is not vanity. It is the understanding that every detail contributes to the overall impression you make, and impressions, once formed, are very difficult to change. The eighth habit is one most people never think about: posture and physical maintenance. Regular exercise, not for aesthetic reasons alone, but for the way it affects how you carry yourself. Old money individuals have long understood that a well-maintained body moves differently. It stands taller. It tires less easily. It projects an ease and control that sedentary living cannot replicate. Consistent physical activity, even at moderate levels, contributes directly to the kind of effortless presence that old money is known for. It is as much a hygiene habit as anything else on this list. And the last habit ties everything together: consistency. Every single one of these habits is only meaningful if it shows up every day, not on special occasions, not when there is somewhere important to be. Every day. Old money individuals do not have two standards, one for public and one for private. Their level of personal care is the same whether they are attending a formal dinner or spending a quiet evening at home. That consistency, that unwillingness to let standards slip even when no one is watching, is ultimately what separates old money from everyone else. It is not a performance. It is a way of life. And a way of life, once built, becomes invisible. It simply becomes who you are. Here is what connects all 9 of these habits. None of them are expensive. None of them require a certain background or access to luxury products. They require attention and regularity. Old money did not build its reputation on grand gestures. It built it on small, consistent choices, made every single day without exception. That standard is available to anyone willing to adopt it. Think about which of these 9 habits you already practice consistently and which one you have been neglecting. Be honest with yourself, then share your answer below in the comments. If this video gave you a new perspective on personal refinement, subscribing would mean a great deal.